You know, it really is true what everybody said all of their lives, and that is that it was the best 2 years of my life, or for a sister, probably 18 months. But it's not just the best, it's the toughest, it's the longest, it's the shortest, it's the wettest, it's the driest. I think there is nothing that condenses so much of life into 24 months. You learn to live with companions. You learn to get up on time. You learn to study. You learn to memorize. You learn to be adaptable to changing conditions in the weather and in your personality. I think the Lord is just putting us on a kind of a crash course on maturity, gospel maturity. There's almost nothing that would come along in our schooling, in our marriages, in our young professional life, in our church service, the callings that would come to us, almost nothing that we didn't have a little bit of a taste of, a little preparation for on a mission. So, gosh, we've both drawn all of our lives, coming up on 60 years now. We've drawn from lessons we learned day in and day out, week in and week out in that mission service. A mission did wonders for us and for everybody, for you too. I can see it written all over your face.
We'd hope that everybody who serves a mission would be determined to serve as they're called. And those callings, it isn't where you serve, it's how you serve. Sometimes you get sent somewhere and you get with a companion, and that wouldn't be your first choice, but you learn lessons about how to do that and how to love them and then how to work in that particular situation. And then in life, you learn how to do that too. But we would hope that missionaries would be absolutely determined to serve wherever they're called, and to build faith in the Lord Jesus Christ in their workplace and in their occupation and in their church and in everything that they have to do. The Financial Times in New York had a whole bunch of missionaries that they interviewed. And one of them really touched me. He said that he had grown up and his family hadn't been active, and he went on this mission and he found that if you worked hard, being obedient and learning how to plan and set goals and all of that, that he realized that he could do something really important. Yeah. And after he'd been back a little while, they promoted him to a very big job over a major park area in the United States. Said to him, "You seem to be the only person that works in gardening that learned how to plan. Where did you learn how to plan?" And he says, "Well, I learned how to plan on my mission." So it helped him all of his life, and he got to do what he wanted. He wanted to be outside in gardens as well.
I want to pay a compliment to Elder Cook that really ought to apply to every missionary going out. When things are easy and good, we can all just be 100%ers. But when there's a little stress, or at least the potential for stress, that's when I think your real character comes out. And Elder Cook, it didn't matter what companion he had. He could even put up with me. That's the ultimate test. But it didn't matter whether it was somebody not nearly as gifted as he was. He would always make something better. He could take a C- situation and turn it into a B+. Some of the rest of us said, "Well, I want a straight A or not at all." And so that's a great quality. That's a great quality to see growth and potential particularly in people, but in circumstances that might not be ideal, but if you took it up, you left it better than you found it. Well, that was Quentin Cook in spades.